What is up, everyone? So this is probably going to be my last video for this channel, and as you would have probably seen by the title, I have decided to quit Last War. Now, I wanted to make this video just to, I guess, tell you guys why I've decided to quit Last War, to really just get it off my chest. But I mean, to give you some background, if you have a look at the stats over here, you can see that I've logged into this game for 591 days consecutively without missing a single day. So I mean, I have played this game for quite a long time, and I guess just for that fact alone, naturally it's going to get boring, right? I mean, if you play any game for a certain length of time, it is just going to eventually get boring. It's just the way things work, right? But see, the thing is, there was quite a few reasons why I've decided to finally quit this game. That is definitely the first reason. The game became boring. Like, currently I'm in Season 5. I'm like in Week 5 of Season 5. And honestly, the moment Season 5 started, I was bored. Super bored. Like, just the season in general is so boring. It didn't even feel like anything substantial. I was just so bored from the day one of Season 5 that I guess that kind of was the final nail in the coffin. Like, I already was losing interest in the game, but, Season 5 just ended it all for me, I guess. The other thing as well, which is something, though, that's been an issue since the first day, is money. As we all know, Last War is not a game designed for people who don't want to spend money. If you want to be competitive in this game, you have to be willing to spend money. And we're not talking a couple of dollars, we are talking hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, especially for like the big whales. And if you look at the absolute elite players in this game, they have spent reportedly a few $1 million in total on their account. If you sort of put that into perspective, like, you could easily, spend that much money on a house, right? Yet you've got someone who spent that in a mobile game. Now, that's obviously crazy because I haven't ever been that rich, but for a rich person, that's probably they've got a different perspective in life. They probably have so much money that even just spending like a few $1 million in a mobile game is not really any big deal to them. So I'm not judging them for that. Everyone has a different perspective on life. But I just found that for me to stay competitive in this game, I had to keep spending money constantly, like every single week. And I got to the point where I thought to myself, why am I spending so much money in this game? Like, truly just trying to understand it. Like, what is the point? I mean, this is a mobile game. The only benefit I'm getting, I guess, is I'm stroking my ego. You know, if I ash someone, it's mostly because I've spent more money than they have, right? So it's like, no, honestly, I do not believe this game requires any skill. It literally just requires you to spend enough money to progress faster than everyone else. You get stronger than everyone else, and then you can just simply ash them. And especially if you are one of those like elite mega whale players who have super strong squads, like over 100 million power. I've seen them in battles. They literally just, it's like no skill. They just attack you. They keep other squads protecting their base. And sometimes even they will just stay, like for example, Winter Storm, they will just stay in the safe zone, send out all their squads, and no one can defeat their squads. And it's not because of skill, it's because of money. The strongest player in every server in this game got there from spending the most amount of money compared to everyone else. So obviously this is a mobile game, and I guess most mobile games are set up this way where they're just designed to make a profit, to make as much money as possible. I come from a different background in gaming. Like, when I was younger, I was mostly playing console games, sometimes PC games. It was totally different. It was all about skill, all about your experience and whatnot. And then coming from that to like this mobile game, it's like totally different. It's like not about skill. It's not about anything except for spending the most amount of money. And the way the developers design these type of games is to be addictive on purpose, obviously, so they can get the most amount of profit. And that's why this game tends to attract a lot of adults, because mostly younger like gamers, they don't have the money to spend in these kind of games, and they mostly focus on skills. They'll play those games that require skill, right? That's why most players in this game are like adults, because they actually have the money to spend. And most adults, and now this is a generalization, but most adults are working full-time. they're not really hardcore gamers. They might play mobile games on the bus or on the train to work or as they commute to work, or even before maybe they go to sleep for a couple of minutes. So they're not really on hardcore gamers. They mostly just spending money. And this kind of game is like, it's kind of like a I don't know how to say it, but I mean, they call it like obviously a tower defense strategy game, but in my opinion, these type of games are pretty much just like I just call it like a click game. Like, you're just clicking on things. You're collecting this, you're collecting resources, you're clicking on this, you're upgrading this. It's like you're just clicking on things. It's like just a click game. That's why I just refer to it as a click game. I don't think there's any kind of strategy involved in this game. It's just all about how much money you can spend. Just be stronger than everyone else, and that's pretty much how it goes. And the thing is, if you've played this game and you haven't spent a single dollar, I know some people like that. If I look at their power level compared to those who have spent money, they will never catch up, unfortunately. There's no way. They can never catch up. They can never be competitive. It's really sad, actually, because those free-to-play players put a lot of time and effort into this game, hoping that they can compete with the bigger players, but it just is not going to work. Unfortunately, these type of games are not designed for gamers. It's only designed for people to spend money. It's almost like gambling in a way, but it's hidden behind like a mobile game in a sense. The thing is, as well, is speaking about money, we're spending a lot of money in this game, but do we really know where that money is going to? Because obviously, yes, you've got the company that developed the game, you have the investors, shareholders, whatnot. But obviously, I'm sure as most people would be aware now, there are a lot of dodgy things going on around the world. So a lot of companies you cannot trust. They have hidden agendas and whatnot. And this like game Last War has obviously generated a very, very large amount of money. If someone who were in control of this company had an evil agenda, potentially could be pedophiles, for example, you could imagine what they could use that money for with trafficking and stuff like that. So I just sort of also realized, there's so much money getting to this game, but does anyone really know where this money is going to? And also, when I tried to search up more information about the company who designed this game and the history behind it. I saw something very suspicious, like something about it was based in the Cayman Islands. And I know whenever you got an island involved in the equation and, a lot of money involved, it tends to be not a good outcome. A lot of, I guess tax avoidance, other dodgy things. And of course, with, what's happened with the Epstein files, it could get a lot worse. So yeah, that's just like money, right? Money is always going to be the biggest reason why people quit this game. I've seen many players quit because of the money issue. People just get fed up with having to spend money to compete with other players. Just doesn't make sense. And unfortunately, I have read some stories on Reddit where some people have actually become bankrupt and even, got divorced because it affected their marriage, their relationships. I know of one story where someone had spent their life savings and stuff, and it ended the marriage. That person it was terrible, actually, what happened to that person. And unfortunately, these kind of games do prey on people with a natural addictive tendency, and that's very unfortunate. Now, I'm lucky that when it comes to self-discipline, I'm pretty good at that. So although I did spend money, I spent money within my budget. I never went over that. So I never, thankfully, this game never really affected me too negatively financially. Although I must admit, my girlfriend was getting very angry that I was spending money in a mobile game. So I'm sure she's going to be very happy that I'm quitting the game. And to be honest, yeah, it's just sad to see all the stories of people whose lives have been destroyed by this game, financially. It is really sad to see. And I do feel sorry for those people because, yes, it's easy to judge them, like why were they not budgeting? Why did they have no self-control, discipline? But like I said, these games are designed to prey on people's vulnerabilities, especially those with addictive tendencies. So yeah, I don't blame them for getting addictive. I mean, to be fair, I was spending a decent amount of money in this game. Nothing compared to whales, obviously, but still a decent amount. And yeah, just like sort of thinking back to it, it's like, look, I don't have any regrets for the money I've spent. Like, I met some cool people in the game. We had a lot of fun, you know. It was nice to just, you know, participate in events with them. So no regrets there. Okay, I had a good time whilst I was playing, at least. But sometimes you just kind of realize that it's not really giving you any value anymore, right? And yeah, so money is definitely a big thing. Like, I try to convince myself, okay, if I stop spending, let me just play this game casually. But then it's like, it comes to the point where, especially if you have spent money in this game already, when you stop spending money and you notice that you just fall so far behind those other players who continue to spend money, it just becomes so discouraging, and you just sort of think to yourself, nah, this isn't worth it. So that's why I decided I'm going to quit instead. Like, I was going to say, obviously in my last video I was going to say I'm just reducing the spending, then eventually just going to become a free-to-play. But like I said, I just cannot play a game where money is the main thing that drives progress. You know what I mean? So that's why I decided that just enough is enough. I'm going to just, you know, end it all now. And so yeah, money definitely was a big one. Another reason is time. This game requires so much time, commitment, that it's just crazy. Like, especially if you're working full time, you know, and you have in a relationship, you have other commitments outside of work. It's too difficult to play this game every single day. Like, you know, for arms race, you have to log in at a specific time. You have to do all the different events. You have to keep clicking, upgrading, collecting. It's just very, very time consuming. And I will admit that the game was definitely impacting my life in a negative way in that regard, because some nights I would sacrifice my sleep just to play the game, to do events and things like that. I remember especially back in, I think it was season 4, like I was literally only getting like 4 hours sleep some nights just so I could like do one of the events. So that's another big reason. Just I didn't want to let this game consume any more of my time, especially my free time. You know, after work, the last thing I want to do is have to like open up this game, collect everything, catch up on all the chats, check the alliance messages, check what I've missed, try to find out if I'm able to squeeze in the events compared to my schedule, all of this. And I'm glad that from season 5, I actually prioritized my life over this game, so I did not sacrifice my sleep whatsoever and everything like that. So I was really glad that I didn't sort of fall into that trap again. Yeah, so time is a big one. You know, even I remember sometimes my girlfriend would complain because I'd be playing this game and not spending time with her, which is fair enough. Not fair on her, so that's another good thing for quitting this game. At least I can spend more time with my girlfriend, and in fact use the money to go out more, like, you know, go on dates and stuff like that, you know, so travel. So I'm going to get a lot of benefits from quitting this game, and that's why I don't have any regrets for quitting this game. The only regret, not really regret, but the only sad thing is that I'm going to leave behind a lot of nice people who have been sort of chatting with for a couple of, like 2 years or so or whatnot. So definitely going to miss them. That's probably the saddest part about leaving, but I'm definitely not sad about anything else in the game. So yeah, mostly, you know, time, money, the fact that the game is getting boring and I've lost interest. Those are like the 3 main reasons. Yeah, and I guess that's pretty much like the main reasons why. And of course, season 5 is super boring. It's one of the boringest seasons so far. And the thing is, this game, I don't see any future for this game. Like, it's kind of just, it's just too repetitive. Like, it's the same thing every single day. The seasons are pretty much the same with some slight differences. The developers will never improve this game for free-to-play players, because the whole game was pretty much just designed to make money, obviously, right? Now, you've got some console games, PC games that obviously, yes, people have to make money from the game because they have to be able to invest the money back into the company so they can continue making games and, you know, pay the wages, whatnot. But it's so different. Like, if you play like a console game, PC game, a lot of those games are designed for players to enjoy the game without having to spend enormous amounts of money. This game, I mean, to put things into perspective, like if you're like, say, just like a whale, like just a normal whale in the game, those players, and I've watched videos, so I know this for a fact, I've seen players like that spending thousands of dollars every single week in this game. On the lower end, you'll get people that spend like maybe $200 a week. Now that is a lot of money if you think about it. For a normal person who doesn't have that much money, that is a lot of money. You know, the type of money you can spend in like just a month in this game is enough to buy like a new PlayStation 5 or Xbox, right? Or even a new computer. So it's sort of like, when you think about it from that perspective, it becomes ridiculous. Like, you're spending so much money on something that's not even very tangible, right? It's just all digital. Like, so yeah, you fall into this trap, this money trap, unfortunately. And yeah, so definitely glad that I finally decided to quit the game. I must admit, like, when I finally told my girlfriend I'm quitting this game, she was first of all very happy about it, and I was also actually very happy, not only because obviously she was happy and I obviously want to make my girlfriend feel happy, but also because I felt a sense of relief that, oh, finally, I don't have to log in every day, check the arms race. I don't have to check all the chats. I don't have to read the Alliance announcement. I don't have to sacrifice my sleep just to participate in an event. I don't have to spend all this money every week. I can finally just relax. Like, I don't have to budget so crazy anymore. I can just, just rather spend the money on traveling or eating out or ordering food or something, or going out with friends. There's so many better things I can use this money for. And I'm just really glad that I've finally come to my senses and decided to quit the game. So, and my story is not that uncommon. Like, you'll see most players who post their story after quitting the game it's such a relief. It's just like, it's like a burden has been lifted from your life. And that's honestly how I feel right now. Like, I just feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, right? So I'm just really glad to quit the game. And thinking back to some of the players who I knew who quit the game before, who had similar reasons. At the time, I was so addicted to the game and passionate that I couldn't really understand where they were coming from. But of course, now I definitely can see their point of view now that I'm going through the same thing. But look, it's the way this game goes anyway. Like, people are going to quit naturally. The developers know this. But they also know that with their fake ads and stuff like that they post on social media, they can still get in new players all the time. Those players get obviously hooked into the game in the beginning, spend a bunch of money. Eventually they quit, and then the cycle continues. So that's kind of how these games are designed. So yeah. But yeah, so obviously, I'm very grateful for everyone who subscribed to my channel and who commented on my videos and things like that. I do apologize that I'm going to be leaving the game and won't be able to post any more content. But yeah, I just can't do it anymore, guys. And also, when I set up this YouTube channel, it was purely out of passion. I wasn't expecting to make any money from it. That's why you can see in my videos, I never really asked much, or as far as I remember, I never really asked people to subscribe, to like the video, blah, 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 because I was just posting the videos to help people out, like with the game, to learn things and whatnot. Now, obviously, I'm not the most experienced person, not the most knowledgeable about the game, so yeah, my videos were not the best, obviously. Yes, there was a lot of flaws in my videos. They weren't really scripted. I just kind of did it, like, off the top of my head, sort of thing. Because I didn't want to read a script because I just felt that was too robotic and stuff. Obviously, some people like that, some people hate it, that's fine. But yeah, like, obviously, I did enjoy for some time making the videos and reading people's comments and stuff. But yeah, as soon as I lost interest in the game, I just kind of also lost interest in making videos because there was no point anymore. So that's why I stopped making videos for some time, and I made my one of the recent videos yesterday about the Valentine's event. But even when making that video, it felt so empty when I posted that. Like, I just didn't feel, like the passion anymore for the game. So it just felt like a massive chore just even to post that video. But yeah, so like I was saying, this game, just to summarize, I've lost interest in the game. It's repetitive, it's mundane. I'm not prepared to spend any more money anymore in the game. Thus, I will not be competitive anymore. So there's no reason to keep playing the game. And also, the time that it takes out of your life to play this game, I just cannot justify it anymore. I cannot justify sacrificing my sleep and my personal life for this game as well anymore. So yeah, just really glad to also make this video, get this off my chest. I feel at peace now, and I feel like I can finally continue my life without having this burden of this game, you know. So yeah, so I'm very glad to finally quit this game, but I can't think of anything else I wanted to mention. You know, I think that pretty much summarizes everything. But I mean, just to end it all off, like, just, yeah, thanks again everyone who subscribed to my channel, who watched my videos and commented and all that stuff. Even the negative comments, like, I have no hate towards you. You know, I believe in freedom of speech, so it's good that people were honest and everything like that. So I do appreciate the honesty as well, that from people who posted. But yeah, like, that's the end of the road for me, guys. That's the end of my last war journey. So I mean, you know, after 591 days, it's time to throw in the towel. But yeah, so look, if you've made it this far, you know, thanks again. Hopefully you guys have a good journey in Last War. Wish you all the best for 2026. Hope all your dreams come true. And yeah, that's it. So this is, I guess, the final goodbye, guys. So thanks for everything again, and you know, all the best for the future. See you, everyone.